Good morning. This is Srinivas. Welcome to your science chemistry class, the continuation of grade 8 coal and petroleum, chapter 5. Let us recapitulate what we have gone through in our previous class and we shall continue and conclude the chapter. In this chapter, you have learned about the properties and formation of coal, first thing, and today you will be learning about petroleum. What is energy? You have learned what types of energy are there, how to convert from one form of energy to another form of energy, what is law of conservation of energy, and what are the different sources of energy, what are renewable source of energy and non-renewable source of energy, what is biomass, hydel power, geothermal power, and wind energy, solar energy, petrol, coal, and how many types of coal are present. It is in solid, liquid, and gaseous form: coke, coal tar, and coal gas. What are the natural sources of energy? What are man-made sources of energy? In this, what are renewable and non-renewable sources of energy? Solar energy, water, wind, are renewable source of energy. All the elements like oil or limestone are non-renewable source of energy. Coal is a non-renewable source of energy. Petroleum is a non-renewable source of energy. How coal is formed in the Earth's crust? What are the different forms of coal? Peat, lignite, bituminous, anthracite. So today, the part 2 of this chapter, before we start the part 2, you have to know what are elements, mixtures, and compounds. Atoms are the basic building blocks. We repeated the atoms by circles by shading the circles differently, which is not shown here. Atom is the smallest invisible and indivisible particle of any substance. A molecule is a group of atoms that are chemically joined together. It is possible for a molecule to be an element. The example O2, H2O. You can tell the difference between in an element there is only one type of atom, water, O. Elements are the substances that are made from one type of atom. An element cannot be broken down into any other substance. There are 92 naturally occurring elements, and everything in the universe is made from these basic building blocks. Common examples include carbon, sulfur, oxygen, iron, copper, etc. Elements are represented by their symbols. Later, I'll show you in the table. What are compounds? The substance made from atoms of different elements. Example, water, H2O. H is different and O is different. They can only be separated by chemical reaction. Common examples of water, NaCl, methane, CH4. The symbols indicate which elements the compound contain and the number tells that the ratio in which the atoms of the element combine. A mixture is made by simply mixing together elements and compounds. No new chemical bonds are formed. Mixtures can be separated using techniques such as filtration, chromatography, evaporation, magnetization, flotation, and distillation. Here is the list of all the elements. First 60 out of 118: hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc. So in this way you are supposed to learn at least first 30 elements and you need to complete within 10 seconds. So I hope you will do that, which will be very useful in your ninth and 10th grades. So here are the list of compounds. Carbon combining with oxygen chemically and forming a bond in the ratio of 1 is to 2, carbon 1 and oxygen 2. Similarly, other compounds. Let us come back to the lesson. What is meant by destructive distillation in coal? When any substance is heated in the absence of air and forms a number of products, the process is known as the destructive distillation of coal. As we know that coal contains a number of elements such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur. The products which are obtained by the process of destructive distillation are coke, ammonical liquor, coal tar and coal gas. Here is a diagram where the coal is heated in the absence of air. So we get ammonical liquor, coal gas is coming out and coal tar is formed at the bottom of the glass tube. Coke. When powdered coal is heated in distillation apparatus, the substance which is left after heating is known as coke. It contains 98% carbon. It is porous, tough and black and the purest form of coal. I repeat, coke is the purest form of coal. Like charcoal, it burns without smoke. It is a very good fuel. It is used as a reducing agent in the process of extraction of metals from their ores. It is also used in making fuel gases like water gas and producer gas. For example, zinc oxide plus carbon. This carbon reduces zinc oxide to zinc. Zinc plus carbon monoxide. Carbon is used as a reducing agent as it helps in separation of zinc oxide. Ammonical liquor. It is converted into ammonium sulfate by absorbing dilute sulfuric acid and ammonium sulfate. It is an excellent fertilizer. For example, ammonium hydroxide combines with sulfuric acid, we get ammonium sulfate. Coal tar. Can you see the coal tar how it is? Coal tar is also used in roads, laying the roads. Coal tar is a mixture of different carbon compounds. How many substances does coal tar contain? It is obtained after heating powdered coal. It is a thick and black liquid with unpleasant smell. It is used for surfacing road and also as a source of different aromatic compounds. The fractional distillation of coal tar gives many chemical substances which are used in the preparation of dyes, explosives, paints, synthetics, fibers, drugs, and pesticides. So, examples of these chemical substances are benzene, toluene, phenol, antiline, naphthalene balls used to repel moth and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place of coal tar for metaling the roads. Coal gas. Coal gas is mainly a mixture of hydrogen, methane, and carbon monoxide. I repeat, coal gas is mainly a mixture of hydrogen, methane, CH4, and CO2. The gases present in coal gas are combustible, meaning produces heat on burning, and hence it is an excellent fuel. It has high calorific value. Calorific value meaning amount of heat produced when 1 kg of substance is burnt. It was used for lighting houses, factories, and streets. Natural gas. It is a mixture of alkanes which contains 80% methane, 7% ethane, 6% propane, C3H8, and 4% butane, C4H10. It is formed from dead organisms which buried under the earth thousands of years ago, and these organisms decompose in the absence of air. For example, CNG, compressed natural gas, is used in the form of a natural gas. It mainly contains methane. CNG is a very efficient. It produces less smoke and does not produce harmful gases. It can be easily burned. It can be easily handled. It is used as a fuel in vehicles because it is a less polluting or cleaner fuel. It is used in manufacturing of chemicals and fertilizers. LPG, full form of LPG is liquid petroleum gas. The natural gas is also used in the form of liquefied petroleum gas. Its main component is butane and propane. It is used in filling cylinder and for cooking purpose. It is also used as an industrial fuel, and nowadays it is used in vehicles also. Some of the cars use CNG. Now let us come to petroleum. It is a dark oily liquid with an unpleasant smell. The term petroleum has been derived from the Latin word petra, which means rock, oleum, which means oil. Formation of petroleum. Many organisms were living in the seas. When these organisms died, their bodies got settled at the bottom of the sea. Then these got covered by layers of sand and clay. After millions of years, it got covered into petroleum due to the absence of air, temperature, and pressure. Petroleum covers the following: LPG, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, and bitumen. Petrol is used in automobiles and as a solvent for dry cleaning. Kerosene is used for stoves and lamps, etc. Diesel is used as a fuel in vehicles and generators. Lubricating oil is used in lubrication, or it is used in smoothing things like uh, your bikes and your cars also. Engine oil, you call that. Next, paraffin wax. It is used in ointment, candles, Vaseline. Bitumen, it is used for making paints and surfacing roads. Already mentioned. Refining of petroleum, fractional distillation. Here, when petroleum is heated at different temperatures, you get different products. If you can observe in this diagram, first LPG, next petrochemical products, next gasoline. 20 degrees centigrade you get LPG, 70 degrees centigrade you get petrochemical products, at 120 degrees centigrade you get gasoline, and that is petrol and petrol, and at 170 degrees kerosene, diesel, 270 degrees you get lubricants, and at 600 degrees centigrade you get bitumen and asphalt. The first oil well was drilled by USA. The process by which petroleum can be separated from the various components is known as refining of petroleum. The components from which petroleum is separated have different boiling points. Boiling point is the point at which liquid is converted into gas on heating. Crude oil is heated in a furnace around 400 degrees Celsius. Then it is added into the fractionating column at the bottom of the fractional column. Crude oil with the highest boiling point is collected and the oil with the lowest boiling point is collected at the top of the fractional column. Complete combustion of hydrocarbons leads to the formation of carbon dioxide and water. Incomplete combustion of hydrocarbons leads to the formation of carbon monoxide and water. Carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide cause pollution in the environment. The test which is used to determine the amount of carbon monoxide in vehicles exhaust gas is known as emission test. Gas analyzer is used in detection of carbon monoxide. Limitations of natural gases. There are a lot of natural resources which are exhaustible, such as fossil fuels, forests, minerals, etc. Fossil fuels like coal, petroleum, etc., take millions of years to get converted into fuels from dead bodies. Currently, their demand is so high that after a few hundred years there will be scarcity of these resources. Pollution is caused when fossil fuel is burned. These fuels are responsible for global warming. Global warming is defined as an increase in carbon dioxide in the air. This carbon dioxide traps the infrared rays which comes from sunlight. If carbon dioxide increases, thereby infrared increases, and due to this, the temperature of the earth increases and causes global warming. Due to global warming, polar ice caps can melt and cause floods. We can say that our ecological balance can be disturbed. Therefore, it is important to use these natural resources wisely and carefully. Preventive measures to save fuel. Some preventive measures to save fuels, as given by Petroleum Conservation Research Association (PCRA), are as follows. We should drive vehicles at a constant and a moderate speed in order to use lesser fuel. We should switch the engine off at a traffic lights or at a place where we have to wait. We should ensure that the pressure of tires in our vehicle is accurate in order to use lesser fuel. We should ensure regular maintenance of our vehicles. So with this, we conclude this chapter, Coal and Petroleum of grade 8. Thank you.